tell if anything is wrong until much later in life.
Angelica Bell has been finding out about a new test that's being used just days after birth. This is the maternity unit at London's Royal Free Hospital, where on average 65 babies are welcomed into the world every week. It's at the forefront of a new medical innovation. Being here in this hospital takes me back to a day that I will never forget. Boxing Day last year I gave birth to my first baby son, and like any new mother I was anxious to know that there were no serious problems, like counting his toes, his fingers, but there are some problems that can't be counted. Like congenital heart disease. Every year more than 5,000 babies are born with this condition, and for many it can be easily treated or corrected. But the earlier it's spotted, the better, and in some cases it doesn't come to light until months or even years later, and by then the child's health may have suffered further. But now a new, very simple procedure has been developed that could dramatically increase the chances of detecting heart disease in newborns. It's called the pulse oximetry test, and the Royal Free is one of only a handful of hospitals already using it on every baby. Okay, congratulations on the birth of your son.
Thank you.
When was he born?
He was born on Saturday.
Any ideas what you think you're going to
I
have?
do like the name Isaac.
Oh, lovely.
But then on the other hand, I do like the name Micaiah too.
Yeah. And now he's got his test. How do you feel about that?
Well, anything that can just confirm that he's doing well is fine by me.
Well, we'll get you ready. The pulse oximetry test is often used on adults, but here it's part of the medical examination for every newborn. It involves placing a sensor on the hand and foot of the baby.
So what we're going to do is measure baby's oxygen levels in the hand and the foot, and we compare the two levels. If they're very similar, then that's quite reassuring.
Okay.
If those two are quite different, then that sometimes indicates a problem we need to look into.
Congenital heart defects are relatively common. The good antenatal programme probably picks up about half of babies with heart disease on scanning, and we know that if we run this test, we'll pick up half again. It doesn't pick up everything, but it does leave us in a better position than if we don't use it. And occasionally you will pick up a baby with a serious heart problem that you wouldn't have noticed until the baby suddenly became seriously ill.
It sounds like a positive thing and a win-win situation. So why isn't it simply rolled out all over the country?
A little bit of cost for the machines, but mainly, as you've seen, it does take a little while. Very simple, but it can take 5 minutes or so for the baby to settle and to get a believable reading. And 5 minutes, 3,000 times a year, that's a bit of extra staff resource to do it.
That simple test can tell parents straight away if their child has congenital heart disease. While it doesn't offer a cure, it does mean in some cases a child can be treated immediately, and just knowing about it should help parents prepare for the future. Parents like Alex Smith. When her daughter Georgina was born 5 years ago, nothing abnormal was detected, but Alex knew something was wrong.
She would wake in the night with a fast heart rate and funny breathing, and she would be really scared because she didn't know what was happening to her.
At the age of 2.5, Georgina was finally diagnosed with a rare heart condition called Ebstein's anomaly.
I felt as if I was actually failing as a mother because I didn't know how to settle her. I wasn't sure what was going on.
Back in the carpet, everyone.
She's doing really well now, but she does struggle to keep up with her peers. She has trouble, she can't walk long distances or go to the park with her brother.
What lies ahead for Georgina?
Georgina will need to have a valve repair done at some stage, and the longer we can wait for her to have the valve repair, the better, because it means that she can grow before she will need the operation.
If the pulse oximetry test had been available, do you think things would have been different for Georgina now?
Oh, absolutely. Having a sick child and not knowing what's wrong with them, that was quite difficult because I felt as though I was almost going mad, not being able to tell what was wrong with my child and not being able to meet her needs.
The NHS is currently reviewing the evidence to assess whether the pulse oximetry test should be made available in all maternity units. But back at the Royal Free, what's been the outcome for Joke's little baby?
The oxygen level is absolutely fine, and the difference between the two is very small, only 1%.
So how's it all going?
Oh, everything's fine.
Yeah?
Everything looks good.
You happy?
Yeah, definitely. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, gorgeous little boy. Now, for all those expectant mums